So Scott, our State of Media report shows that radio ranks low among media platforms when it comes to conversion. Just 40% of listeners engaged 3 to 5 days a week, compared with something like streaming TV at 72%, near the top of the pack. With so many platforms competing for attention, how can radio strengthen that connection and stand out in today's crowded landscape?
That's a big question. There's a lot to unpack with that. And it involves music formats, spoken word formats, what the consumer is looking for. I mean, all those things come together. I believe strongly it's about personalities. And it doesn't matter what platform you look at, the platforms with the most interesting and compelling talent get the most looks or listens. And that can be lost. I also believe radio, you look at the evolution of radio since they had deregulation and big companies could buy all the stations, and they've done a lot of good things. But, radio is still, to me, a local medium. And you're seeing some of that. It was interesting. We saw that, recently in Tulsa, Cox Media sold their portfolio in that market to a local person who owns I guess he's an optometrist. I think that's a good thing, because that person, to me, is going to focus on that individual market in terms of everything they do. If you look at where things are today in radio, because of consolidation and because of the business climate and everything is taken on, you'll have market managers that are working more than one market. They're bouncing around from city to city to city. It makes it harder to really focus on what you're trying to do with those individual stations. They have talented people, but I think it all comes down to the local aspect of what you're going to do in that community that matters. And I think it also is really just important that, no matter what your format is, that you got to have a plan. I was in Air Talent a long time ago, and I could just walk into the studio and do a show because it was just radio, television, and newspapers. It's not that way anymore.